Okay, now we're going to put it all together. I'm going to have a bunch of cords here, and I'm also going to talk about one more cord connector that I think is a more stable way of hooking some things up, and offers us a little bit more flexibility. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to take the center of our interface. We're going to take the mixer. Notice that there's a little blue light here. That means that I plugged it into the wall outlet. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cord from the keyboard. It's coming out of the headphone output, and I have two places I can put this. First of all, I can put it here, and this is what they call a tape input, like that, and that would run it straight from here right into the master. Now, if I want to have a separate volume control, I've got to be able to get it into one of these inputs, and these here correspond to these inputs, and that would give me a volume control. So I'm going to go ahead, instead of hooking it up here, I'm going to hook them up into these two stereo cables in order to convert from here into there. Walmart and Radio Shack offer a little device that allows us to be able to change from RCA into 1/4 inch. Voila, we now have 1/4 inch cables. Again, you can pick these up at Walmart or at Radio Shack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the keyboard into channel 2 and 3. This now becomes my volume control for the keyboard. To hook up the microphone, I use a microphone cord, and a microphone cord, most of you, I'm sure I'm not saying anything that you don't already know, but a microphone has a male and a female end. The female end is how we connect to the microphone. It goes in, clicks. To interface the microphone to the mixer, we then take this, aligning the 3 prongs, and we now have our microphone. Now at this point, both the keyboard and the microphone are what we call active. In other words, if I say something, 1, 2, 3, you'll notice these little LEDs go up and down. That means there's signal coming in. Okay. Now if I turn on the keyboard, now you won't hear anything because it's going through the headphone output. You notice that the lights start to light up there. That means both of these are mixing together. Then, in other words, if you have a microphone and this at the same time, it's going to pick up both signals. So remember, if you have both of those hooked up, only have one of the mixer channels turned on. Otherwise, you're going to get both the keyboard and that. So that's what the volume controls are for. Okay. Now we have got all our sound sources hooked into this mixer. Voila. We're now going to take and we're going to interface this to the computer. Now, if we were to take and go right into the sound card, which many of you will do, it will be coming out of these jacks here, these RCAs, and it'll go into the mini plug that's over here. All right. I'm, however, going to go and use this USB interface, okay, just so I can show you how to do it. All right. Again, the output of the mixer is exactly the same thing, but instead of going straight into the sound card, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and put this into the input of my converter. And the reason why I'm doing this is for most sound cards are not as high a quality as this, and so I'm doing this because I guess I'm a recording snob, so I'm going to do the digital. Like I say, otherwise you'd connect this right into here, but I'm going to connect this USB into my computer. It takes no extra software to use this converter. Usually what pops up will be a thing that says that it's a human interface device. Yes, this is a human interface device. For all you, and Mac users, I don't know what it'll call it, but for all you PC users, that's a human interface device. Okay, we now have all of the sounds going into the mixer, and from the mixer, it's now going into the computer. Now, from here on in, we're going Well, what's that going to do? A computer without software is an expensive doorstop. So what we have to do is we have to load a software that will allow us to do what we want to do. We're not doing word processing. We're not doing a spreadsheet. What we're doing is music. So we have found some software that is freeware. So how much does it cost? It's free. Okay? You'll download this, and we'll give you instructions on how to download this from the website. And you will apply it into your PC or Mac. It'll run and look identical on both platforms. Okay? The name of the program is called Audacity. A-U-D, Aud, here, Audacity. This allows us to turn this wonderful doorstop into a recording machine. Are you ready? We're getting ready to have the fun now. Okay? First of all, in order to be able for me to hear back, because I've disabled my sound card in a sense, I'm bypassing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the output. There's an output here. Put this here, and I'm going to put it into the trusty cube, which many of you have in your labs. And what I'll do is I'll go to the back, auxiliary line in 1, and I will hook this in. I'm now hooked into my cube so I can hear.